talk about the how to connect with the data. Okay, how to connect with the how to extract the web data if you have a data on the website. Okay, how to extract this. Then we also talk about like how to get data on the OData feed. Okay, so there are connections available in Power BI. Using that we can easily extract data. Now let's see the next task. So this task we had seen. Okay, so there are some nodes available. Okay, so what nodes? In storage mode in Power BI there is a storage mode, right? Import query and direct query. So import query and direct query, so there are four mode are there. Okay, import query, direct query, dual and live connection. Okay, so we can perform the import also, direct query, dual and live connection. What is a live connection? It is nothing but a kind of live connection like a direct query, like connection path between the Power BI and data source. So when it will be available the dual, so when you have some data in the import mode and you have some tables in the direct query mode, okay, in that cases you can be possible to use the both. Okay, dual. So there are some interview questions available, so you can say. Okay, so till now whatever we have seen, so based on that there are some interview questions. So what are the different types of data connection available in Power BI? So what are the connections available? Import mode, direct query, dual and live connection. Okay, then second question, which connection are you using in the current project? So you always should be say that I am using currently import connection. Okay, import connection, because import connection always be refer. Which connection give the good performance and why? Renuka?
Import connection gives the good performance because it will reduce the size of data.
Okay.
And every time Power BI desktop will be connected with extract file.
Yeah, extract file, not to the actual data source. Okay.
Yes.
So that will be the reason why should it give the good performance. Then explain the import connection, so it will be the same. Okay, so explain again direct query connection. What is a direct query? Okay, and then then what is a vertipack? Okay, so some of the concept I have not explained because it will be long theory and it will get you bored. Okay, initially, so I refer to take it after the session level 1. Okay, so it will be good to you will understand. So we will take this topic okay again and I will explain you. So seventh interview question is how to perform data changes in import and direct query connection. So question are same, only the method are asking in a different way. Is it possible to convert the import or direct query or vice versa? Dinesh, is it possible to convert the import to direct query?
Yes.
Import to direct query is not possible, but vice versa is possible. Okay, then what kind of data changes does support the import and direct query supports? So there are insert. If you insert data and you refresh, you will get a new record. If there is a update in the data and you refresh, you get the data, right? If you delete data record from the table and you refresh, you get also deleted like only the data which is not deleted, right? So this kind of operation which is available, okay, supported. Difference between the import and direct query. What are the different storage mode available in Power BI? Okay, so these are the storage mode. Okay, so these are the interview questions related with this topic. Okay, so now we will start a new topic, that is a basic transformation. What is a transformation? What is a transformation? Pranay? Dinesh? If we have, as we already spoke about this, right? If we have data, we are connecting with the data to the Power BI. Data will not be the clean. Okay, always will not be clean. So make sure if you want to make a clean data, we have to add it. We have to transform the data. We have to take into the data query. Okay, so there is a power edit query. There is a power edit query that where we perform all the data transformation. What is the data transformation? Like we do the some cleaning data, right? We replace the value, we change it, we convert data into the required format, whatever the requirement. So that kind of transformation we can do using a power query editor level. Okay, so where we will get this power query editor? So let's go this. So let's connect with the data first. Connect with the data. Let's connect with the adventure work customer. Okay, and then click on the load. Okay, so we got the data here. So what I wanted to go to the power query editor. How to go to the power query editor? There are two ways. Okay, either you can directly right click on this. Okay, right click on the table and click on the edit query, or you can go to the another way. Okay, so there is, I think, transform table, I think. So there is a other way, that is a we can go through the okay, so transform table. So you will go to the power query editor. Can you see this new window come? Okay, it new window come. So let's make it full. So we got this window. Okay, this is a power query editor interface. This is called as a power query editor, where we perform the all data transformation. Now we will see each and every tool, what are the menus available. Okay, what in the left side menu, what is in the right side menu, what is in the top. Okay, what are the in the transformation, what are the features available in the add column, in views. Okay, so we will see one by one. Okay, so you understood how we get into the Power BI query editor. Let's close this. Let me close this again. Okay, so this is the first way. You go to the transform data, or you can directly right click on this. Okay, and click on edit query. You will come into this screen. Okay, so you got the Power Query editor window. So here you will perform whatever the transformation you can do this. Okay, so in the left side you can see, let me take the photo, so we will see one by one each and every menu. Okay, so you can see the upper level menu. This is called as a toolbar. Okay, this is called as a upper level menu. These are the toolbar. Okay, these are the toolbar. What is this? This is a query. This is a queries. What are the queries are there? Okay, then this is the data view. This is a data preview. The data we can see here. Okay, and this is for the formula bar. If if you see this, this is a formula bar where we write the formula, and the left side, in the right side, you can see there is some properties windows, and there are some apply steps. So step we created. So we will see one by one how we do this. So let's see. So you can see in the left side, this is a query. Okay, so in the query, let's say you want to make a duplicate, same table you want to make a duplicate. How to do this? Right click on this, click on duplicate, click on duplicate, you will get a duplicate tables. Same duplicate tables you will be available here. Okay, so let me just delete this. Okay, so before that, let's explain some what is a transformation. After creating the data connection in Power BI, next we have to apply the transformation on connected data unless already data has been shaped before coming to the Power BI. Okay, so we need to give the shape to the data using Power Query Editor. So Power BI is having a very powerful ETL tool inside, which is known as Power Query Editor. Okay, so as I told you, Power Query Editor is nothing but we perform the data transformation, that is the ETL. Okay, ETL process we will do using a Power Query Editor. Then next point is Power Query Editor was built on the Power Query engine. Okay, so Power Query Editor was built on the Power Query engine. So there is a Power Query engine which is used to perform everything, whatever we do the transformation, and we store the data and take the data for temporarily, all the things which will be managed by the Power Query engine. Okay, then Power Query Editor uses the function language that is called as the M language. So we will see what is the M language. Okay, then M stand for mashup. Okay, M stand for mashup, which is a case sensitive. Okay, that we will see. So it shows the some of the what are the components available in the Power BI Query Editor. Toolbar, right? Then query pane, contain list of the all queries. So I wanted to, so this is the first table you have taken. If you want to take one more table, how will you take? You can also see right now we have two windows. One is the Query Editor, one is the Power BI. Okay, text the other one. Okay, before one screen. So right now whatever tables are available, that table will be visible here. Okay, if you add one more table, you can add from here also. Okay, so I am trying to add one more table. So let's connect with the customer product. I am connecting the product table. Okay, so click on OK. Let's click on OK. Okay, so you got the two table, Adventure Work Customer and Adventure Work Product. There are two tables, you got it. So if you want to perform some of the operation on this table, just click on this, you will see the data. Okay, so how did you, when you connected this data, it means there is a connection of this data available, right? So you can see on the right side, there are step. Whatever step you will create, okay, the step will be generated here. So let's see what is the first step. First we connected data, so we have one step. So you can see there is a connection available. So if you open this source step, you will see this, the data they have connected from this path. Okay, and a comma denoted whatever. Okay, this is the configuration of the file that we connected. So it's showing that where file is resided, how we connected. Okay, so this is a step. Then there are just some promoted headers they added, okay, by default. Then the data change type. Okay, now if I do something new, one step. Okay, let's say there is a first name and there is a last name. Okay, there is a two different column available. I want to create a one column that will include the first name and last name, that is a full name. I want to make a full name. How will I do this? I will combine the first name and last name, right? If I want to make a full name, I have to combine the first name and last name, right? So right now there is a 3 step available. If I create a full name, let's see how it will do this. Okay, so I want to make a full name, so I will be selecting combine. Okay, so there is a column that we can combine the 2 columns. Okay, just second, just select the column first, both the column, and right click on this. Okay, and click on the I will add like a add column for example, not example, just merge the column. Okay, when I am merging the column, I will give the full name. Okay, just click on this. So what separator you need? Let's say, okay, let me click on this. So I created new column. See, can you see this new step generated? What is this step? This is step for the I just created a full name column. Okay, can you see this? Where is the first name, last name? I think it okay, it combined the both the table column, so it is not available. Okay, but this step created new step for this, because I have performed the one activity, that is I combine the 2 column. For that it create a step, means there is a one behind this. You don't need to write any code. Okay, whenever you do by manually, okay, you are doing just drag and drop manually. Behind that there is a M code generated automatically. So you want to see M code, how it look like. So let's see. Okay, let me show you first. So you can see there is a M code has been generated. See, either you go here or here. See, this is the M code generated. So from source, first step, it connected to the file, then it takes the header, change the data type, and now recently we just created one full name column, right? This is the full name. Okay, so in full name what happened? They combine the column last name and first name and create a full name. So this is the M code. This is called as the M code, which is created automatically backgroundly. Okay, you don't need to write this. Okay, so if you perform any action, it will automatically create a one M code behind this. Okay, so you got the first name and last name. Okay, but full name, so if you see in the full name there is no gap between the first name and last name. How to get a gap? Anyone? How to get the gap?
Separate. We will use separator as a space. Space
Yeah.
as a separator.
Yes, so when we are creating this column, you can edit this step. Okay, you can edit this step. Just click on the step. Okay, double click on this. This step will be visible. Then you can, there is a separator available. It is asking that you want comma, like between the first name and last name. You want some colon, or do you want equal sign, or do you want space? Okay, so I want space, right? So I want space between the first name and last name. So let's click on OK. So you can see we got the space. Okay, that is a separator. Okay, so how we created? So this one we created. See, in the code also itself change. In the code also you can see it's showing the some space. Okay, separator. If you want like a something like not this one, if you want like some comma okay, between the name, you can just add here. Okay, click on OK. So you will get a comma. Can you see comma? First name and last name. Okay, either you can go from there or you can do this from here. Okay, you can do anything, whatever you want. Okay, I want a space, double space, 3 space. Okay, so this is a full name. But what I but my requirement was that client wanted the first name, last name and full name column. All 3 columns should be visible. But right now you can see full name are there but first name, last name are not there. Okay, Mr. also is a different. I want to combine the Mr. with the full name also. How you will combine? Just combine the full name and prefix. How to combine, Pranay? This Mr. and full name, like prefix and full name, these 2 column. How to combine these 2 column? Hello, Dinesh?
Select both column and merge
Okay,
query.
so I am selecting both the column and right click on this and click on the merge. Okay,
Merge.
when you click on the merge, so we will get the full name. Okay, but I was wondering, can we combine the 3 column at a time? Let's say I am going reverse. Okay, we created a full name, right? I am just deleting this step. If I delete this step, see full name also gone and first name, last name we got back. Okay, now what I am doing again, I selected a first prefix, first name and last name, 3 column. Okay, and right click on this merge column. Okay, so when you click on the merge, click on the you want space, right, and full name here, full name. Okay, so you got a full name. Okay, so Mr. are coming in the middle. Why? Because when we selecting the column, it should selected the first sequentially. So first you need to select the prefix, second is the first name, third is the last name. Then do the right click, merge column. Okay, and then full name. Okay, space, click OK. Okay, now you got a full name, Mr. John Yang, right? So now it looks good. Okay, so this is how we need to perform the transformation. So we got the new state. Okay, you want to see the what is the code behind this? Do you want? Click on the advanced editor. Okay, now you can see 3 columns they have combined. Okay, into the, and what delimiter they use, separator, that is a blank space. Okay, so we created this one. So if you want to see this data into your Power BI, so what you need to do, click on the close and apply. Okay, if you want to see this data, you need to close and apply. Okay, just click on the close and apply. Okay, it has been closed now. So we got back into the Power BI from query editor. So it is loading now. So what you will see, you will not see the first name, last name now. Now you will see full name here once load data. Okay, so now you can see where is the full name. Okay, so you got the full name here. Okay, so this is how we need to perform the transformation in the data query. Understood everyone how to do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go for the next one. There is a task. Perform the basic transformation on IMF World Economic Outlook database. Okay, so how to connect with the IMF World Economic Outlook database? just search on the Google. Okay, so we will download from there some sample data from the IMF, Indian International Monetary Fund. Okay, so just come down, you will see some data available. Okay, download WE data, entire database. So there is a option if you want your country level data or you want your entire data. So I will click on the entire data. Okay, so I have this data available. So let's try to connect with this data, WEO October 2011. So how to connect with this file data? Click on the get data, right? Click on the text CSV, go to the download, the file is available there. So we have WTC data. Click on OK. What happened? Okay. Okay, so actually I have some Excel problem. So let's see. Okay, let me open this Excel file. Okay, so we have this data available. So let me save in the CSV format. Okay, so I save into the CSV format. So let's now connect. Click on get data, click on text, data sets, IMF, click on open. There is an error. What happened? Okay, let's close, ignore this error, close this. Okay, so we got the IMF data available. Okay, so what is the next step? if we connect to the any web data Power BI, okay. Import connection, open Google search for IMF, click on first available link, okay. Now let's go to the open editor. Just a second. हेलो, हाँ कहाँ पे हाँ ठीक है, आ जाओ. Okay, just give me a 2 minutes and I will be back. खाए नहीं? अरे मैं तो भी ऑफिस जाना है कल. Okay. So we connected with the data. So just remove some unwanted column. So there are some columns available here. You can see this. Okay. So what is the next step? Okay, in the home tab, select the manage column. Okay, so let's go to the query editor first. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so in the home tab there is a manage, okay, and deletes are there. Not this one. Okay, so there is a manage columns are there, I think. Okay, so first let's see the data. It is the inside. So you can see most of the column name are in the row, and column are showing the column 1, column 2. Okay, so that we don't need it, right? We want the first line as a column. So how to get this on the first line, all this? So this one is our header, right? But it is showing as a row. So how to get this? Click on the transform. Okay, user first row as a header. Click on user first row as a header. Just click on first row as a header. So it will become a header. Okay, so now all headers came onto the column names came on the header, right? So this is the first step, and you can see this is a step created. Okay, so what is the next step? We wanted to remove some of the unnecessary data. Okay, now we have this available data. Now if you want to remove some value or replace some values in the particular column, we can do this. Okay, so this is how we can perform the some transformation. So we will see one by one each and every tool how we will do this. Okay, then transformation, these are the tools available. Okay, this all features we will see in the transformation. Then there is a add columns available, so this transformation also there. So we will see one by one. So let's see the next task. Then there is a task 2, transform the population data from the different CSV file and remove the unwanted column and also do the required data format change. Okay, so how to remove the unwanted column? Let's say I don't require some of the columns from here. I don't need some of the columns. So how will I remove this?
Remove columns.
Yeah, so let's say I'm deleting this 120, this one. Suppose I don't want these columns, or there is some other. Let's say this one I don't need it. Okay, 2018. So how will you do this? Just click on this, then remove the columns available. Okay, so remove columns means it will remove, and remove other column means it will keep this column and remove all the other columns. Okay, so I will select the only remove the columns. Okay, so it has removed. So new step created for the remove, right? So it create automatically. Okay, if you open the advanced editor, you can see now the next step has been showing here. This column we have deleted. Okay, so this is the M code which is creating. Okay, so this is about the removing the column. There are some rows we can remove this. If there is some rows are the blank, we can remove this. Okay, you can click on this directly, it will just remove the rows, whatever the rows are there, it will remove this. Okay, also some some are the let's say remove the blank rows or remove the error rows. Okay, so this will be remove the error rows. Okay, so let's see the next. There is a note available. After getting the required data into the Power BI, first edit the required rows by using reduce rows option in home tab. Okay, then so repeat the same for removing queries. Okay, so for removing rows there are some options available. If you see this, if you want to remove the first 5 rows, if you want to remove the first 5 rows, okay, first rows, second rows, third rows, fourth, fifth. You want to delete the first 5 rows. How to remove this? Click on the remove top rows. Click on the remove top rows. Okay. If I will add the 5 means it will remove the first 5 rows. Okay. So let's click on this. See, it deleted the first 5 rows. There is other options available. If you want to remove the last 5 rows or last 10 rows, last 100 rows, you can remove this. Just add the number, okay, last 10 something, so it will delete the last 10 then. Okay. What happened? Okay, so same way for the remove the bottom rows. Then if you want to remove the duplicate, if suppose there are some values are duplicate available and you want to delete the duplicate value, so how will you remove the duplicate? You can remove from by clicking on the remove the duplicate. Okay, so this is how you can perform this. So let's go to the adventure work. If there is any customer who are the same customer key who are the duplicate, that will be removed. So let's remove this, remove the duplicate. Okay, so when you remove this, it will remove the duplicate. Duplicate means what? If one number are coming separately, I mean suppose 11000, again it is coming in the row in this column, it means the number is a duplicate. Okay, so this will be the deleted. So this is for the removing the duplicate rows. So this is about the removing the rows. Okay, so if you want to keep the rows, okay, if you want to keep the first 10 rows and remove the all, okay, then you can select the keep top rows. Then there is a keep bottom rows. Okay, keep range of the rows. You understood these features, everyone? Keep, remove rows and keep rows.
Yes.
Everyone? Dinesh, Pranay? So remove column, keep rows, remove rows. These 3 features you understood. What is use of this? Remove column, we can remove the columns. Okay, require column. If you want to keep some column, you can keep your require column. Okay. If you want to remove some rows, you want to keep some rows, you can keep it, or you can delete the rows. Okay. So these are the features for the remove rows and keep rows. Understood, everyone? Okay. Now you have full name here, right? And okay, let's see the split. What is use of the split column? I want to extract these 2 things. What 2 things? I want to extract that sum of the value before the iterate. This value should come into the one column and remaining should come into the other column. How we will extract this? This we will extract using a split. Okay, so click on the split by delimiter. Okay, click on iterate. Okay, here you can add iterate. Then what you want? Okay, so let's click on OK. Okay, so you got the, now you can see you got the email ID separately. See, email address one separately and this one. Okay, so you got the 2 column of the email ID, right? So this is what is use of the split column. You can split by delimiter, you can split by number of character. If you want like a first 4 character, you want to split by 4 character, so you can split this by position also. Okay, if you have some lowercase or uppercase character, so by using that also you can remove this. Okay, so you understood what is a split column, use of this split column. Dinesh?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I want to delete again. I want to delete the first. I want to just split the call this data again. Um, let's say this is the email ID now. Okay, I want to separate the .com. Okay, dot should not come here. Only com will come separately. Adventure work will come separately. How to separate this? By delimiter. Okay, dot okay, so you got the adventure work separately and com separately. So how we divided? Using split features, using a delimiter, we divided the one column into the two column. Okay, so that is the use of the split. Understood everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so this is all about the split and the transformation. So there are so many things we will see one by one. There is a group by, replace. Okay, then there is a some transformation. In transformation there are split column, again split column available in the transformation. Format, parse, extract. Okay, unpivot, pivot. So these are the things we will see one by one. Okay, in coming session. So okay, so I think for today I have done. Any question?